But I do have something for you. The only thing I'm going to like to ask is that if I give you this present, you'll try to think of me and all the fun you had here at the ExxonMobil event every time you look at it. Absolutely. Is it a deal? Absolutely. It's not too much to ask, do you think? I think you'll like it. It's not much. A little something I picked up tonight, as a matter of fact. It's a watch. It's not a brand new watch, but I do hope you will try to think of me every time you look at it. Thank you very much, Dean. Nice hand for Dean. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that.
We just had a function, a corporate function, and had Curt join us, and he got the entire audience involved, which was good. I think people had a great time. They obviously had a good time. It was just the thing they needed in order to kind of loosen up. It's kind of like a team building exercise where people get involved, get to know one another, loosen up. A great event.
Do you have an upcoming event that's very important to you? Wouldn't it be fun to see your group laughing, applauding, having a great time? Well, it's a sure thing with entertainer and magician Curt Miller. You'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you're in good hands because Curt specializes in entertaining audiences like yours all over the country.
Curt's the kind of guy that basically you can bring him into the show, and his act is very corporate friendly. It's very politically correct in the corporate environment, and he knows how to read the audience beautifully and tailor his presentation directly to them.
He does some tricks that people look in amazement at each other. They wonder how the heck did he do that?
He came into our office one day, and our whole office, it shut down our office. People walking in watching him do these tricks. I mean, it's got that much kind of a magnetic pull.
All right, now Glenn, when I cue you, you're going to count the audience down. When you hear the cue, you go 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, you're going to love this trick. Man, I do have to ask you to look a little more that way. All right, you'll be looking more toward the... All right, stand by, Glenn. Now, to make this harder, I'm going to have them hold on to my wrist. So you'll hold on to the left wrist over here. Perfect. All right. And you hold on to this wrist over here. All right, are you ready, Glenn? All right, count them down now, all together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm out there in. The crowd goes wild.
From Las Vegas to Magic Island, from national television to corporate America, Curt Miller has the experience and the talent to make you look good. Here are just some of the many Fortune 500 companies that have relied on Curt Miller to bring magic to their event.
The audience participation was far greater than I've ever seen it at any of our events. I coordinate a lot of the logistics and plan a lot of the events, so audience participation was wonderful. After the show, all they could talk about was how great Curt was. They had a great time.
I was real impressed with how Curt interacted with the audience, and he really played on their humor and how they responded. And it wasn't just a magic act, he's a comedian. You know, the guy really connects with the audience, and he takes their temperature as he goes, and he adjusts to whatever it is. And he had them eating out of the palm of his hand.
Some of the magic that he does is really amazing. It's tailored to meet the company's needs, and it's all done in very good taste, nothing off color, and when you're put on the spot, he will definitely pull you through.
Can you imagine making your CEO disappear? Imagine the excitement of making someone from your audience float in midair.
We had a mixed audience here. We had a number of different nationalities involved. The magic being kind of a universal language of its own. I think everybody connected with it. Everybody had a good time. Everybody was involved.
What Curt was able to do was bring the audience into the show by participating with them. Whether it was bring them on stage, talk to them in the audience, come down in the audience, make them feel part of the show.
He really is able to pick up on what are the buzzwords. And what are the people? Who are the key decision makers? Who's the VPs? And he works that into his show in a way that it just brings another dimension to it, and that basically is what makes the audience really interact. They feel like this is produced just for them, which of course it is, but it becomes very personal.
For my first trick tonight, I thought I'd kick it off by attempting to kick off the Kazamba Sea project 2 years early, drill down 3,400 feet, bring up 500,000 barrels of oil in 1 hour. all using my surface wellhead platform and subsea well tied back to a floating production, offloading, and storage vessel. How many people want to see that trick? Yeah!
He is funny, he is good. I've had people tell me that they've come back to watch him again, so we want him back.
I'm telling you, he does things up close and personal. I'm sitting there and I'm watching both hands and the deck of cards, and it is absolutely amazing. It's like he makes one card go from here to there, and you never see it, and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
And the other thing I would say is don't shake Curt's hand because you're likely to lose a watch in the process.
Now, the only thing I would worry about Curt is whether you can have your watch when you go home, because he can get those watches like nobody I've ever seen. But he's always given them back, so I think he's an okay guy.
Be happy to have him back again. It was great.
Every time he has just done a stellar performance, he hasn't let us down, and we've used him many times, and we plan on doing it again in the future.
It takes a lot to wow an audience nowadays, and yet Curt has the ability to just interact. He has the ability to connect with these audiences, whether it's several hundred people or several thousand people on stage, or it's a small, intimate group.
I think Curt's a great guy to hire because he's going to deliver what he promises. He's going to entertain your audience, and he's going to give you one less thing to worry about.
Whether your event calls for a stand-up performance or close-up walk-around magic, don't take a chance on mediocre entertainment. Entertainer and magician Curt Miller will make your event a smashing success.
Hey, don't hesitate. That's what I'd tell people, is that you don't have to hesitate to call Curt, because if you're looking for somebody that's got a clean routine, that's not going to embarrass you, that is quick and fast and efficient and dependable, Curt's the guy. I mean, he is the guy, because it's a wholesome wow for your clients.
Discover the magic formula used by corporations all over the country. Magic plus comedy equals entertainment. For more information, visit www.curtmiller.com.